right, Free Yourself Radio on Indie Gems. We got Sandi, Vant, the beautiful. She is glowing. Look at her. It has been a long time coming. We've been excited to have her on the show. And I've seen you over and over. You've come out to events. I've been, to places where you've performed. And you always leave it all on stage. So tell us about you. We want to know where you're from, about your journey. Just give us it all.
I'm ready. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm from Jacksonville, Florida originally. That's where I'm originally from. Sorry guys, gotta get this nice view.
Okay. Shout out Jacksonville. Where?
Duval.
Duval.
You know that. So I went to First Coast. If you know about First Coast. Oh, my bad. Maybe we don't need the. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We want to hear that beautiful voice, loud and clear.
There we go.
To the queen.
And I need this because I'm a little. I have a radio show as well.
Oh.
But
Okay.
it's called I'm About to Blow Up. Right?
Oh.
TV. So check it out. It's just basically if you're an artist and you want to you're ready.
Blow up.
Yeah, you're ready to blow up. It's just about the journey. And so, man, I'm kind of nervous. Like, you're going to have to, ice break me.
Girl, no. So, listen. Start with Duval. You say you're from Duval. You're from Jacksonville. How did you get introduced to music?
Man, I would say my grandparents and my grandma. Because I would say she really loved, Michael Bublé. And I was really into... I really loved just being in the car with her, listening to that, and that's kind of what inspired me. So the whole plan was to play saxophone for Michael Bublé. So I started with alto saxophone, and that's kind of I ended up starting that at the age of 11.
Okay.
So middle school, and then throughout that, I was like,
okay,
well, if I'm gonna be in band, because my first teacher was saying, if you're not good at saxophone, don't say I didn't tell you so. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, okay, let me not.
Exactly.
Let me not throw hands.
Yo, in middle school, I'm telling you, I tried out for the drums. They were like, no, you're a girl. They put me on the flute. I said, I'm playing the flute. And then I became a poet. And now I'm here. So they try you in middle school. And I'm a middle school teacher, so I know.
Yeah. So if you know yourself. But
know yourself. Just be great.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it went down. And then I ended up going to high school, whatever.
Yeah.
And throughout middle school, I got first chair. So it was always this thing for me, make it to the top, make it to the top. That's just kind of how it was. So I got first chair, and I didn't get that, oh, you got first chair? I'm sorry I said that to you. So I was just like, this is just how the game is. This is just how it is. And so I ended up going to First Coast, but in 10th grade, I ended up moving here to Orlando. And then I went to Lake Nona High School.
Okay.
So through Lake Nona High School is when I was band, and again, I became band captain. I did all that kind of stuff. And that was just for me, it was saxophone or nothing.
Okay.
Really.
That's fire though,
Yeah.
to play an instrument. My daughter, I have her in piano and stuff like that. I'm trying to expose her to instruments and everything as well.
And you'll never know too, how she'll use that in the future.
Exactly.
There's so many ways with music, and music is all numbers with that. So even with learning chords or triads, 1, 3, 5, even that is just expanding your brain and your knowledge. It's good. It's good, guys. It's good. I have a guitar, and I just play it. I don't really know. I'm learning because I want to be able to get to the point where I'm performing on stage, with beautiful acoustic sound. But right now I'm just kind of let me pick this up and try a few things. And with that, you kind of you feel the neurons in your brains kind of connecting. Honestly, I really think you do. So, whatever. I went to high school. I graduated, and I actually applied to Berkeley as what's it called? Early acceptance. Because I was like, it's all or nothing at this point. I'm gonna get in. This is it. And I was actually dating somebody at that time. High school. Don't be dating in high school. So not even working.
What? You were trying to date in elementary.
I was doing that too. I was doing that too.
Kid trying to slide in my daughter's TikTok.
Oh, heck
she
no.
have TikTok. It's really my non-profit, but I'm like, excuse me.
They're able to.
Listen. Young bucks. But
the internet.
Continue.
Where was I at? I forget.
You were talking about high school.
Okay.
She's giving us a journey in time, guys.
So then I did the early acceptance, and I ended up getting in. And that was a life-changing moment for me, and I actually got a scholarship as well.
Nice.
And so I was like, this all paid off. I'm going to Boston, right? I go to Boston, and I'm like, it's saxophone, I'm meeting all these people. I'm meeting vocalists, I'm meeting producers, I'm meeting engineers, sound designers. I'm just meeting all these types of people, and I don't even know this exists, I grew up, I'm Christian, I'll say, Pentecostal, but I grew up
praise God.
God is so good. The only
Amen.
reason I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Gotta give God
Just
praise.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday,
Feels
not
like
a
a Monday,
Tuesday.
low key. But,
Does it? Oh.
Yeah, it feels like a Monday to me.
Okay.
But you know why I think so? It's
Why?
because I'm just always working now. You know, like
Yeah,
always
you
in the
can't
studio.
tell Monday between Friday
Right,
and Saturday.
Like,
Someone said that the other day. They're like, "What's Friday?"
Right.
So it's like,
but it's kind of nice because you get out of that programming.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
It's like
What is time? Is time
What
a construct?
time is?
All right, I don't want to make y'all too. All right,
We can talk about all that stuff. Like,
you know,
I'm
is
into
time
it.
really? Nah, I'm fine.
Time?
Nah,
is-
I'm not even gonna lie. No, not to get too distracted. I really wonder like where we would be if like time wasn't like a
Right.
thing. You know, like how would we? But that's a whole other conversation.
If you take time out of your equation, right?
Would you
like,
feel so pressured?
I quantum leap all the time. You know about that?
No.
Y'all do some information. Do some.
I don't know.
You
I'm
know?
about to just right about this is like interesting. What you
Like,
mean? Explain.
So quantum leap, like, say there's this version of yourself that exists, right? So for example, in high school, I could have applied to Berkeley,
yeah.
right? Or I could have not, and I could have been like, well, nobody believes me. I'm not gonna do this. Let me just. I was gonna actually join the military and do military band because that was my other thing. Was like President's Own, playing for the president. Like when was this? 2017. I graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the other thing. So I could be right now in the military right now with all the BS going on right now.
Mm.
Or, you know, for example, now I'll say the $500 contest that I applied to.
Yeah.
That was, I didn't realize that was a contest when I
Oh.
applied for it. I was just trying to, I saw you guys' Instagram. I was trying to do like the open mic. So I was like, all right, this is my time. I'm gonna do the open mic. I'm gonna show up. I'm ready. I'm prepared. And then I was like,
But it's okay.
It's a
Sometimes
contest.
It's a sudden surprise. Yeah.
it's a contest. So I was like, oh damn, I need to get my music together. I need to like get this together. And then, was it the contest? Or,
Which one?
oh, actually, it wasn't the contest. But the contest was the first one I applied for. And then I was like, wait, this is a contest. I don't want to just jump into the contest without experience.
Okay.
So I did the open mic
Mm-hmm.
before the contest.
Yes. You did a lot of stuff. You've been around. Like
I've only
you've been
done like
coming-
4 events.
Only 4. You know, we've been trying to do this interview for a minute now.
But oh yeah.
By the way, shout out Purpose. I like that on
Oh,
your
thank
arm.
you.
I have no tats, but I like that one. That was really dope.
That's this is like, Jesus was my first one. I was like, I don't want to fall out of, faith with the Lord, whatever. And then I was like, let me get the Purpose one because I, just remembered. And so either way,
Yeah.
that's good, guys.
All good, all good.
I have to,
Well,
like, press this button.
I don't know about you, but like I want to learn more about you. But I do wanna take a second to hear some of your your dope music. And if y'all don't know Sandi Vant, like you gotta check her out. She's all over Orlando. It's all
not
good.
meant to be.
It's all good. We got the video, the camera's right here going. We're gonna get into her first track because we actually want to hear some of her vocals, all right, so we can celebrate her.
Ooh.
And I love interviewing queens, not just women queens, because a lot of times there's a lot of men in the industry, but we need more women, and it's good to be around other women, as a woman. All right, so we're about to get into your first track.
All right.
If you want to introduce
Can I pick
it.
the first track or?
Sure. Which one?
You want the better one first or the bad one?
What do you want first?
I'll do the better one.
I don't think there's
So
a bad
Piece
one.
of Me is the first one. This
All
one I
right.
actually finished producing last night. I wrote it in 2019. I finally I wrote the production actually in 2019, but I didn't know how to mix or master then, so it sounded like crap. And so this is the finished version.
I'm sure it
Almost.
doesn't sound like that. I'm sure it just,
Let me know, because I might,
expectations.
yeah.
We gotta get into it, guys. You
might
be the
drop it.
judge, because she being too hard on herself right now. Sandi Vant, Free Yourself Radio, Indie Jams, let's go. All right, Free Yourself Radio. We got A Piece of Me, written and composed by Sandi Vant. Tell us about what inspired you to create that song.
So this song was just basically about a friend who's in an abusive relationship.
Mm.
And it was something that I could you get to a point where you can't get through to people. You still love them, but it's
Yeah.
you can't. And so for me, my outlet is music, and it just came out. And she's very supportive of me. What I do is not malicious.
Right.
And so she was just it's really good. I love it. And so it was always my favorite song. I'm always singing it. So that's kind of the
Wow.
inspiration.
I appreciate
behind
you
it.
creating that. I
Yeah.
always tell people, and I should have known based on your tag, create meaningful music
Right.
or meaningful content,
Right.
purposeful.
Right.
I write a lot about social issues, so I love that. It's for specific reasons, to bring awareness, is to push that. So keep going with that. And it kind of segues into my question about, you know, as artists and as creatives, we know that it affects a lot our mental health.
Right.
You know, so how has creating music and composing and everything like affected your mental health?
So I'm gonna finish my long story, right?
Right.
Quantum leap to the end. So basically what happened was I graduated and then I was like actually doing sound design for film, and I actually got an award for that. And so I thought like sound design for film is my thing, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. However, I actually became a teacher in Maitland at a recording arts school in Maitland. And I actually did that last
teachers, educators.
I learned a lot, but I did that all last year, and throughout that process I'm seeing people my age living their dream, you know, and living my dream, you know, because I've always wanted to perform, but my stuff was never good enough. So as people say, you know, the mix was not a good
up to their standard. Let's not say good, not that it wasn't good enough. It's just that everyone has a standard.
Right, exactly. And I knew it wasn't my standard either, you know?
Right.
So throughout that whole time as teaching last year, when I was there, I would have like 4 hours of basically just sitting there waiting for the students to come in. And I just study.
Yeah.
And so in December, I ended up leaving because it just got to that point. It was an unhealthy environment to be around. And I was like, let me start performing. Let me start living my dream. Let me start making my music, and that's what I'm doing. And so it's
exciting.
I think it's about time at this point. And my biggest goal, and I'm actually talking to somebody in New York, he owns a licensing company for music. So my biggest thing is to get my music in movies.
Yes. Sync licensing. Sync licensing.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, shout out Singer-Songwriter Association, Florida Singer-Songwriter Association. They taught me a little bit about that, and they promote that. And I think that's really exciting because that's where you can, you know, get yourself more out there and get more funding, and like that's dope. I also want to explore that as well. So word. So that's I love that. I love that you're creating, and I love that you're claiming your time and saying that this is now. And so who has been some people that have like influenced you or shaped your journey that you might want to shout out?
Man, I think family, my mom, God, and myself. You know, and I was just talking with the people back there just about NJ Coolness.
NJ Coolness.
I was just talking to him just about like even stuff like family won't support you, you know. And
facts. Sometimes they don't, because they don't feel like that's
And I'm actually really blessed to have met you. I think I was supposed to, because your whole Exodus thing, like I knew you were, you know, Christian or, you know, loving the Lord. And so I already knew that was a blessing. So for me, I was like, oh, I accidentally signed up for this thing, but I see somebody who looks like me in a way, and I'm just like inspired, you know?
Thank you. Praise God. I actually would love to have you get more involved. Like, you know, Exodus, we're taking a group of them, youth to California in a few weeks for the largest international poetry competition in the United States. It's going to be a 4-day festival. It's going to be MC rap battles for teenagers. Teen Vogue magazine will be out there. Youth poetry, like, it's going to be so fire, and we're trying to do more things. We had a camp, a Studio 18. You know, we have a young girl, a fire singer, like, and I want more creatives to come and pour back. Yeah, Trinity. Shout out Trinity 16 with a voice that's like, y'all, like, you know, that's a younger us, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we're malleable at that time. We can go one way or the other. And, you know, I don't believe that music can save your soul. I believe only God can liberate those spirits, like real talk. But it is a form of, like, you know, an outlet, and things will come out, and they will either come out constructively or negatively. So let it come out in a positive and healthy way. And so I love that, and I would love to have you get more involved, because we need other women as well to pour back in and to kind of nurture, you know.
And I would say also, adding on to that, the biggest thing that I found with songwriting and just the stuff that I make it specifically so it's played on the radio. That's my goal. And I want to tour the world. I've never wanted to be famous. I always said that, but I always had the gift. And with that, follow your gift because it has purpose and it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? But what I was going to say was, as a kid or in your youth, be careful with the music you create. Because in 5 years or 10 years,
it will still.
Are you still going to want to
digital
sing
footprint?
That song? Are you still going to want to make that music? Is that something that still represents you? So everything that I write from my soul, because my soul is always me. You know
it
what
is
I'm saying?
true, yeah, because, excuse me, you know, like, we have a digital footprint. We teach that a lot of times in the school system, you know. Then you can't undo. And so I try to be mindful of that, too, you know, like, someone asked me the other day, like, yo, can you be in my music video? And I said, well, let me hear the track. Because at the end of the day, not all money is good money.
Right.
Because you have, like, let me repeat that. Not all money is good money, even if you only have a couple dollars to your name. God will bless you and give you even larger if you stick to your values.
Right.
I need you to know this. Because, like, I'm going to tell y'all real quick a little experience that just inspired me because I want to share it with you and other people. I got asked the other day to do something. I didn't feel like it was right for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I still try to be mindful. I'm not perfect, but, you know, I do mentor youth. And I was like, I don't know. I needed to pay some bills. And I was like, I really should take it. But I was like, no. A day later, I got a call from the One Pulse Foundation. You know, Pulse.
Right.
And they said, hey, listen, you know, we need, you know, we wanna have your youth come perform next Friday. And they were like, we'll give you, it was 4 times as much as. And I was like, what? And obviously it's for the youth and, you know, for us. But what I'm saying is, like, it's just like, you think that that's it. You think that that's, like, the only thing that you can, but, like, stick to your values. Stick to what you believe. Because even if you don't know how you're going to pay that tomorrow and you think, like, oh, I'll just take this. No. You're going to see, like, when you stick to that and God sees that, He's going to give you another door open that you didn't even know existed. And I just felt compelled to say that during our interview.
And God sees what people do behind closed doors as well. And and another thing that I wanted to add, and it just hit my mind because the devil is real, is I write, mix, compose, master, sing, melodyne, tune, all of my own music. Everything you hear is me. When the day comes that a label comes to me and tries to buy me off is the day that I know, you know, I'm not going to do it. It depends because, you know, I'm very knowledgeable, so read your contracts. But a lot of people out here write music with the thought that they're going to blow up.
Right. They're doing it for ulterior motives.
Which is fine. Like, you can take care of your family and all this stuff. When you blow up, who owns you now? The label, right? They own your music. They own what you write. They own where you go. They own who you can talk to. They own what you can say, right? And then when your music is being played on the radio, you're not even going to get how much percent are you going to get? Like 10% maybe? It depends on your contract. But most of the time, it first goes to the songwriters and the producers, right? All that. So by the end of the day, they give you $100,000. This is your money. You end up using all that money. That's money you're going to have to pay back. Right? Follow my YouTube channel. I talk about this.
Yeah.
I show you guys how to do it. On my process, I'm showing you guys, like, how to sign up for how to get your royalties worldwide, right? Because you can give it to somebody to do it for you, but then you see people, like, a lot of people, I don't want to say names, but still doing things, and you're like, why? This isn't them. It's because they're on a contract. And that's why people say, don't sell yourself to the devil, right? Because at the same time, you don't even know what you're doing. So
yeah. So definitely, go and follow her. Where can we follow you? Where can we find you?
Sandi.Vant. Sandi Vant everywhere.
Sandi Vant.
I have a website.
Yeah, tell us that.
Yeah, I have a website if you guys want music services.
Okay.
It's up there.
Support local, y'all. Support local.
It's not the biggest thing I want to do, but the prices are priced to the point where I know that's what I'll do. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it for me, and you're going to get good stuff. And then I have Sandi Vant. I actually have, you heard my podcast as well. And I actually was going to talk to you about that because I kind of want to talk to local artists at open mics and have my podcast in the corner.
Definitely. So, we will talk about all of that. Remind me, send me a message.
Yeah.
Sandi Vant, support her. She is not just a vocalist. She does a lot of things. And she has, you know, good energy, good heart. So make sure you reach out to her, y'all. Even just have a conversation. Free Yourself Radio. We're about to get into your second track. Awesome. And we appreciate you so much for being on here with us today.
Thank you, guys.
Blessing. Let's go.